Okay, this is week 22, science, cycle 3, probability. This is called fair odds. So your supplies for this are extremely simple. It will be 1 coin per 2 students, 1 coin per 2 students, and then a page to record their results on. So those will be provided for you. They'll be in your classrooms with your supplies. And the way this is going to go, you're just going to choose 2 students and call them to the front and say, boys and girls, we're going to play a game, and I'm going to have you roll. So we'll just do, let's see, Carter and Levi. Carter and Levi, will you come up and help me? Okay, this is our quarter, and we're gonna have you guys toss it to see who's going to play our game first. Okay, so Carter, if it lands on heads, it's going to be you, and if it lands on tails, it's going to be you, Levi. Okay, so let's give it a toss. It's heads, so that's you, Carter. Okay, so that's 100% the warm-up. They toss it, then you talk about it. Now, boys and girls, were the odds of Carter and Levi getting the coin toss, were they equal? You think they were? How do we know that? That's right, we know that because there were only 2 options. We knew it was either going to be Carter or Levi, and the chances of it landing on heads or tails were equal. So this were fair odds, right? Fair odds. Very good, very good. Okay, now we're going to do another experiment, and you're going to do it with a buddy. So I think that with this one, even the littles could probably do this with a buddy if you have enough moms. But if you feel like that you don't think that's a great idea, or you think it may get out of control, pick your pairs and assign them, and then let them come up front, and their peers can watch while they do it, their buddies, and let them do their 12 rolls or their 12 tosses. So for this one, we're going to toss our coin 12 times, and we're going to tally how many heads and how many tails. So how many heads and how many tails? All right. Tails. 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 Heads. 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 Tails. Okay, look at this, boys and girls. We didn't get very many heads at all. We got a lot of tails. But was the chance of getting heads just as great as the chance of getting tails? It was. It was exactly the same. I had just as much chance of getting a head as I did a tail. So I want you guys to tally together. We're going to tally together everybody's groups. All right, for our whole class, how many tosses did we have for the whole class? This is going to vary per class, but I'll go with Miss Dana's class for this one because she has 6 girls, so she's going to have 3 groups. So we had 36 tosses total. And how many heads were for the whole class? How many heads were for the whole class? Okay, Summer's group had 8. And your group had 5, so that's 13. And your group had 1. Okay, so we had 14 heads for our whole class. Total tosses. heads, and then tails. Well, we know it has to equal that, 36. So we would just know that it was 22, but we could still survey them to make sure, and that would add up to our total. Well, which one won, class? Tails was significantly higher. Yep, that's right. Okay, so think about the class data. Now, is tossing a coin a fair method? Yes. It is a fair method, because regardless of what we actually got, the odds are the same. You have a 50% chance of hitting heads. You have a 50% chance of hitting tails. It says your answer should be 50%. And if they're not, you should discuss why. So we could discuss why. Maybe we didn't shake our coin well. Maybe we didn't drop it in exactly the same way every time. We could discuss what caused our outcome, because we should have gotten a closer ratio, but we didn't. So there you go. That's all. This is Fair Odds, Week 22, Cycle 3 Science.